I am your friend, Dr. Charles Apoki. Yesterday, there was a tragic incident at Onitsha. Fire engulfed some parts of Onitsha market, and I could see some tall story buildings on fire and areas where it is alleged that materials were stored, bales of materials were on fire, and I saw people rescuing some of their wares. And I tried to Google fire disasters in Onitsha markets. And I saw a write-up by Dan O. Chukwu and Chuks Ezekwe and Ogechukwu M. They did a research on the fire disaster that took place on the 17th of December 1984. 1984 is 41 years ago because I graduated June 1984. And the Ochanja market and the main market fire disasters took place nearly simultaneously on the 17th of December 1984. Some of you listening to me now were not born then. And Alice group captain, I think it was he was a naval captain or so. Alison Madweke set up a panel headed by Honorable Justice Anthony I. Igu to investigate the cause of or immediate and remote causes of the fire disaster. According to the research material done by the names I quoted earlier on, I saw several recommendations. If those recommendations were implemented, several of the nearly annual fire disasters in Onitsha market and several other markets around the East and Nigeria would have been a thing of the past. Either they are minimized or very remote. You will tell me that Heathrow Airport was on fire recently. Yes, I agree with you that fire can take place anywhere. But when the frequency has become an annual ritual, like ASU strike, then we are like people who fail to learn from history. They make history to always repeat itself. Number one, our markets are too congested with no easy access roads to fire trucks built together. If you go to any market in the East, this is how they are packed. There are no spaces in between for fire trucks to run through. Number two, there are usually not enough fire trucks in and around these markets. State governments collect a lot of money from traders. Shop owners make a lot of money. Local governments have a lot of money coming into their coffers. A lot of these Igbo traders are very rich. There is nothing that prevents the state, the local government, and the traders from coming together to establish fire services within and around these markets. Sink boreholes have water hoses in several segments of the market that can easily be opened and then water will pump out. Number 3, storage of highly inflammable materials should be banned in these markets. Store highly inflammable materials in warehouses outside the marketplaces. And storage should not be in high buildings, throwing things down from 3rd floor, 4th floor. The next thing is that our fire services, particularly in these commercial cities, Onitsha, Aba, Oka, Nnewi, Lagos, should have sophisticated firefighting equipment. If there was a tall ladder in that Onitsha, tall crane in that Onitsha fire disaster, retardants could have been pumped into the tall story building to quench the fire. There are modern firefighting chemicals that are like grenades. They are put in containers. You shoot them into the fire and they explode there and pump out fire retardants. Part of the recommendations they made previously from that research and the commission that Captain Alison Madweke, I hope I'm giving him the right title, instituted was that they should make sure that people don't light fires in the market. People should have a single electrical supply to the market with 2 controls, one for security lights, one for lights to the stores. And I believe that they too in those markets can have an independent power supply stationed outside the market that can give them electricity. And then the vigilantes should be screened and they should make sure that they don't light fires during cold weather like this. And vigilantes should be careful about arsonists. Fire breakers, power surge breakers should be installed in several of these markets to control the surge of electricity to the units in the markets. I believe these frequent fire disasters in Onitsha and several other cities in Nigeria are preventable. I remain Dr. Charles Apoki. I hope somebody will listen. Send a message to +234 80 21 21 92 62 to join our webinar on the 18th and 19th of April. My heart goes out to the traders, the losses they have made. Lots, billions of naira. May God help them. And I believe that insurance policies should be one of those things that becomes compulsory for traders in those markets. God bless you.